Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Rosie here. Uh, Doing another video on the twins, bruh. I don't know why I like garbage so much. It's one of my biggest issues in life, bruh. I just love garbage. Okay, so let's talk about these two. Okay, from a purely let's just say they're not the well. Okay, I think they are probably the worst character in the game, but let's ignore this. Okay, let's talk about them. Okay, let's just say ignoring every other killer in the game, how this is completely dumb. Let's just ignore that. What are these two trying to do? How can you do it? Okay, so what's the actual character design here that's taking place? Okay, so let's start out with a thing that I feel like people might be doing. Like let's just go over what I think is a huge misplay on them right out of the gate. If you do this, I think you're gonna lose a lot of matches. All right, when you open the match, you open as killer, right? You spawn in right here. You spawn in right there, and then the four survivors they spawn here, 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 and here. Okay, so they're spawning. They all spawned over there. Okay, it can be very tempting because to say this, it can be very tempting to say, early game sucks for killer. I need to get over there as fast as possible. Victor has 150 movement speed. Why would I not send Victor out like almost immediately? Like maybe like go over to like right here and then deploy him right here with Charlotte. Just move a little bit, deploy him, and then have Victor go over with 150 movement speed, and it'll take about 10 seconds to get over there and start pressuring the survivors. It makes sense on paper, okay? However, there is a debilitating mechanic built into the character for balance reasons, okay? What it's the latch. The fact that if Victor, like, let's just say you find this survivor here and you had it and you hit him and you latch onto him, okay? The twins would be a better character if the stupid latch mechanic was not in the game. Like, for real. The latch mechanic is just dumb. Alright? They obviously wanted to do the latch because it was cool, but the latch is cool. It's visually cool. Like, you send, but like, it doesn't do anything for the character. It doesn't do anything. Alright? It's very, very situational and garbage, and very rarely have you ever gotten, I've ever gotten, like, a down but like 1-2ing them. I mean, it's possible. You would have to do it if you want to get the 1-2 down. Like, you would have to do it like with Charlotte nearby. So it would be like this weird play. It's just getting it down like that is going to be inconsistent and unreliable. I mean, when it happens, you're going to pop off and go, "Wow, twins broke! Oh, twins so OP, so broke!" You're just screaming broke when it happens, but like it's not gonna happen in 99% of your matches. Okay. The other time, but if you do this, what we just discussed here, which is just send Victor out, once that latch mechanic goes off, the game is then going to teleport you from this spot here all the way back to Charlotte, which is garbage. Because it's too much time. Like, you spent 10 seconds getting Victor over there, okay? You get the hit, let's just say, by some miracle you hit your first pounce attempt. So maybe about 3 seconds to pounce them. So you spend about 13 seconds deploying Victor, finding the survivors, and getting your first hit. Okay? That patrol time you were trying to avoid by having Charlotte go over there, because 115 is ass. So you're trying to happen to avoid Charlotte through the patrol. You now then have to make it with Charlotte. So you did 2 patrols for no reason. Okay? And since you have to do the patrol again, Victor is either going, if the guy decides to hijack Victor, half that fucking chance. But if he decides not to hijack Victor, they're probably going to be healed by the time you get over there, and then you just wasted your time. Okay? So, this character makes way more sense when you realize that you need to avoid the latch mechanic. The latch mechanic is so bad, it takes Victor away from you and gives the opportunity for the survivors to hijack the fucker for 45 seconds, making it really, really useless and dog shit. Okay, so let's reset the game state. We have Charlotte spawning in here, and then we have the 4 survivors over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what you want to be doing here is avoiding the latch. So how do you avoid the latch? The survivors have to stay injured. Okay, so you have to go in and attack with Charlotte. That's your opening play. The most optimal opening play is to pretend you're a 115 killer, because you are. You go in, what you want to be doing is you want to be getting at least one or two injures right out the gate with Charlotte. I really think so. Then, once you have two injures, once you have, like, at least two injures, then you can send Victor out, okay? Personally, I think that your first down should be entirely with Charlotte. It's 115 killer, so it might be hard to get the down. We'll talk about if you need to use Victor, how to actually do that. But if you can get a down with Charlotte, you are setting yourself up for a very, very good game. Because not needing that extra time on Victor, in case, like, well, let's just say you need to know when to drop chase with these two. If you don't know when to drop chase, you're going to lose with them all the time. Okay, so you get the two injures, okay? Let's just say this survivor over here is coming over, and he's being like and then you're following him with Charlotte, and you go, this guy's a dick. This guy's a douchebag. I need to get the play with Victor. Okay, so you send Victor out. Let's just use red for Victor. You send Victor out, like, right here. If this survivor knows what they're doing, they're knowing that they need to break distance from you. Okay, if they break too much distance, the down becomes not worth it, because you'll go over here, separate the Victor. You're Charlotte, you're right there. These other three survivors, they're slamming the gens. They are slamming the gens while you're doing this, okay? So, and then let's just say you get the down, okay? So you pounce on the guy, you pounce on the guy in the corner right here, and you get him with Victor, okay? The game teleports you all the way back to where you sent Victor out, right here at this spot. Okay, you now have to go if you want to hook the guy, you have to go over here, travel the 15 seconds to pick the guy up, and then actually hook him somewhere over here. There's fucking 3 gens done already, people. You can see how this is so slow and bad and garbage. So basically, if they break too much distance from Charlotte, and you're controlling Victor, you don't want to be chasing them, okay? That if you chase in that situation, you're just fucking gonna lose the game. Especially against any team that knows what they're doing. Okay? So, just keep an eye. Victor and Charlotte want to stay close together. It's very, like, weird because the Dream Witch wants to be far apart. But Charlotte and Victor, until they have a board state that they like, until the board looks the way they want it, they want to be close together. Okay? I can't really tell you what that distance is, but you'll know it when you see it. Charlotte and Victor should be staying close together, okay? At the start of the game, and while everyone's not injured, okay? So, why we putting so much emphasis on being injured? Because if you attack an injured survivor with Victor, the latch mechanic doesn't happen. They go down, okay? So, they need to stay injured, okay? So your Charlotte build, the Twins build, is going to look something like this, okay? They have 3 mandatory perks. Ruin Undying, and then Sloppy Butcher. They need Sloppy Butcher to play, because they need to stop the heals for as long as you can, okay? And then the last slot is kind of up to you. You can do Corrupt Intervention to slow the early game down more, although I don't really like Corrupt Intervention with Ruin Undying, because it just encourages them to do totems if they find one, because they need something to do. And then Dying Light is another one I'm using right now, because I don't have Ruin Undying yet. So Dying Light is kind of my main gen stall perk until I get those two. Corrupt, my build right now is Corrupt Intervention, Sloppy Butcher, Dying Light, and Blood Warden. Although since I've started to figure them out, I haven't needed, like, Blood Warden, so I'm thinking of getting rid of that. But my point is that you need to keep them injured, okay? And with Dying Light, you can do some gimmicky shit, like when you down the Obsession with Victor, you can actually just leave Victor slugged. You can leave Victor babysitting the Obsession, so the Obsession doesn't get that debuff. You just leave the Obsession slugged the whole game. It's kind of toxic, but whatever. It's the Twins. I don't feel bad. They suck. But, okay, so then the idea is this. Once the game state is the way that you like it, and you have everybody injured, then Charlotte and Victor can play more further apart. Okay? Because the idea is that Victor creates a huge... Once they're all injured, the idea is that Victor creates a huge slug game for you to basically just win the game right there. That's what they're trying to do. keep everyone injured until Victor has this huge fucking snowball play that helps them win the game. It's very glass cannony, easy to stop. Like, but that's what they're trying to do. Okay, so ideally, you everyone's injured, then you say, go Victor, unleash hell. So you might, I mean, of course, if the survivors are good, they can easily break out of this because Victor can be killed on a hit. That's their biggest issue, is that Victor can be killed on a hit. So even if you, the killer, are successfully attacking survivors, you can still die as Victor. So that kind of still sucks. So knowing when to stop and take your hooks is important as well. But just make sure you keep the game state in a state that you like it. Sometimes, like, if you feel like you're falling apart, stopping to take the hooks might be better. Okay? But Charlotte can do the same stuff. Like, if you feel like, let's just say you have 2 down survivors right here. You have 2 down survivors right there. Okay? Like, they missed the kick or something, and then you're Victor, and Victor's right there. You have another survivor that's, like, over here, and then one right here. Okay? And then Charlotte's right here. Okay? And Victor's, like, over there. You can swap back to Charlotte and just have Victor guard the slugs. And then you can go look for the other guys, and then maybe get a 3rd down, and then maybe you would hook this guy. And then make this guy over here stay off the gens to pick these 2 up. And then if you get the down fast enough, and then the killer instinct starts going off, then you swap back to Victor and end the match. It's something like that. I mean, but if he gets the guys up, that's one thing. You can keep the game alive. Which these 2 have a pipping problem, so if you're really going to want to, like, pip with these 2, you're going to have to, like, do long, drawn-out matches anyway. But that's kind of what they're going to want to be doing. Don't make the mistake of, like, leaving too much time on the table with these 2. Okay? It's just not worth it. Don't go for prolonged chases that separate Victor from Charlotte. That causes you to lose the game. Because you can't just realistically go pick up every person that Victor slugs if Charlotte is halfway across the map. It starts becoming a colossal waste of your time. Like, the best idea is prevention. Don't let Victor and Charlotte get separated until Victor's ready to fucking kill everybody. Once Victor's ready to kill everybody, his 150 movement speed and in-archetype Bloodhound come in handy. Because everyone's injured, you have some in-archetype tracking on him to help you find people. And just patience. Lots and lots of patience. You're gonna lose a lot with these 2 if you decide to play them and just start figuring this out. Because they high risk, low reward, punishment for hitting attacks. Like, there's so many, like, frustrating mechanics built into these 2. Like, I still can't believe they're in the game like this. I can't believe, like, they shouldn't. I can't believe Victor doesn't have 2 health points. Like the more I play these 2 and go, well, why doesn't Victor have 2 health points? Why can he be killed after he hits a pounce? Like, there's so many things that just piss me off about these 2. But, like, once you're, like, I'm starting to figure them out, and it feels very satisfying. And then maybe if they actually keep developing, maybe they won't be the worst character in the game. But right now, I don't know. I still feel like they suck. But that's what I'm developing right now. So anti-healing, ruin undying. Bruh, I wish Charlotte had an add-on that was like, when she's dormant, her terror radius covered the whole map. Because then she could use Chlorophobia. And that is, like, she could actually use Chlorophobia. And that would be insane. But that's just some spitballing here. GG's, boys. That's what you want to be doing with these 2. I think I'm figuring it out.